Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Nemeko Onyeka. Good governance and governance entails trust and confidence. Trust and confidence of the people towards those that they've elected or hope upon to lead them. You know, I was reading the pathetic excuse and the pathetic reasons given by Governor Zulum of Borno State why they were opposed to the very robust four-piece tax policy reforms, tax reform policy that have been put forward by Taiwo Oloyede Group, and which is before the National Assembly. And I want to, for the first time, I know Akpabio and the Abbas have not been up to some good, but this is the best time for them to stamp their feet in the sand of history, mobilize their members to pass those tax reform bills. You know, what was reasoned by Zulum why you oppose it? You know, these guys think they are very smart. Zulum said you oppose it because he's going to scrap debt fund or whatever. What business has Zulum with debt fund? Tertiary Education Trust Fund has to do with funding for tertiary education. Borno State is one of the worst states when it comes to basic literacy level. The basic education, the first 9 years, the first 12 years, primary and secondary education. The literacy level in Borno State is less than 50%. It's far less than the national average. People like Zulum should concentrate on how they can build up basic education in their states to ensure that we have literacy level built up in the primary and secondary school level. Borno State is one of the states that have the worst rate of out of school kids. Basic education in Borno State is practically one of the worst in Nigeria. So why should a governor who has the worst record in terms of basic education, in terms of primary and secondary school enrollment, be talking about that debt fund? Assuming even debt fund was scrapped, what business does Zulum has with debt fund when he cannot even boast of building up literacy level at the lowest level of primary and junior secondary school level? So let them stop deceiving themselves. One of the reasons why most of the northern governors are opposed to the tax reform bill is the issue of taxation being derivative. And I think, again, President Tinubu and his team should also have to remove the gloves and be sincere for the first time, because one of the reasons why Nigerians don't even believe in the bill is because they see some loopholes. Unlike an article I wrote, people always point out to Article 10, where the issue of synergizing and putting together into one pot the issue of the revenue collection. You know, I buy 100% into the idea to streamline and put together revenue collection into one agency. You know, Nigerians, we are very, very skeptical. They say, okay, don't want Alphabeta to be the one at the Abuja. The federal government of Nigeria must come out openly and declare clearly that revenue collections must be concentrated at the FIRS. They must declare it, because that lacuna is what has made Nigerians very suspicious of the whole thing about this bill. They are saying that they want to move Lagos to Abuja, Alphabeta. No. The federal government and the Taiwo group should come out openly and state it clearly that the essence of the bill is to consolidate revenue collection with the FIRS. The master NPA custom should keep off from revenue collection, because those agencies are a cesspit of corruption. Revenue collections must be streamlined. FIRS should be responsible for revenue collections, and we must streamline revenue and eliminate most of the multiple revenues across the different tiers of government. How can we be paying VAT of 7.5% and then the states will be collecting consumption tax? VAT is consumption tax. So if we are collecting VAT, no state should be allowed to collect consumption tax of whatever name or guise, and which is one of the best things that have happened with this reform bill. So Zulum and Co should come out openly, and President Tinubu and his team should quit politics. Tinubu has been on record since 1999 to be an apostle of fiscal federalism, an apostle of national sovereign national conference, an apostle of reverting Nigeria back to what it used to be between 1960 and 1966, where the constituent units, the states and the regions should be able to generate and control 50% of whatever they produce in their state, pay 30 to the port, pay 20 to the central government, and limit the exclusive list to national security and the foreign affairs. He should go out the hog. No need playing politics. Enough is enough. At his age and experience, yes, everybody is jostling toward 2027. If there's one thing he can do that will cement his name in gold and make people forgive whatever happened in the past, is that he should go all the hog. Beyond us doing derivative on VAT, we should do derivative on every revenue waterfall in Nigeria. Whatever every state and region produce, they should keep 50%. pay 30% to the central port for those who are lazy, who don't want to work, to share, and then 20% to the federal government to use to run the few exclusive things that should be in the list. In fact, President Tinubu should exhume the 1963 Constitution, look at the fiscal revenue and fiscal framework and waterfall, and implement it. Heavens will not fall. Lazy governors should go back and think about how they can. You know, it's the most lazy, the laziest thing for most of this country. Everybody's waiting on the crude oil, very little from the Nile Delta. Give me any state in the north and I will turn out $10 billion every year. Give me any state in the southeast or the southwest or the south and I will turn out, as a governor, I will raise nothing less than $10-20 billion annually. The problem we have is that we have a collection of the laziest, the most incompetent, the most unthinking, the most selfish, the most profligate, and the most corrupt set of human beings occupying political offices within the three tiers and arms of government. I support. See, you may not like the messenger, but the message is apt. The Taiwo Oloyede tax reform bill is apt, and I want the National Assembly to go ahead and pass it. The only gray area is that who will be the central body collecting the revenues. Since we are going to consolidate everything, it cannot be alphabetical. FIRS should be responsible, and it must be clearly spelled out in such format. By the way, what is Nigerian tax to GDP? 6%. South Africa has tax to GDP of over 30%. We don't, even those shouting do not pay tax. The majority of those screaming and ranting do not pay tax. If we are to do an inquest, most of those ranting and shouting do not pay tax, even Zulum and the rest of them. So let us face fact. You can't place the cat before the horse. Tax is the cat. The horse is the productivity. When we totally restructure the physical framework of Nigeria back to what we used to have between 1960 to 1966, where the states, the constituent units, regions look inward, harness their latent potentials and resources, produce whatever they want to produce, keep 50%, pay 30% to the central port, and go to federal government. When we revert back to this road, people will now look inward. The criminals in Kano who call themselves this, but will not be breaking bottles and destroying things that has to do with beverages that did not drink. Yet they want to claim more VAT revenue from it by claiming phantom criminal population and local government that was created by the military. If you know that you have those strength, use those strength to produce what you want to produce and control it yourself. So President Tinubu, kudos, but you just need to show sincerity. Let us go to that level. You have been shouting Sovereign National Conference, you have been screaming physical federalism. This is the time to implement it. If that is the only thing you achieve, your name will be etched in gold. God bless you. Thank you.